You ever find yourself stuck between needing raw power for gaming and the nightmare of lugging around a desktop-sized beast? What if I told you there's a laptop that packs a 17.3-inch gaming display, desktop-grade performance, and next-gen AI acceleration, all while fitting your backpack and weighing less than a gallon of milk? Meet the MSI Cyborg 17, the gaming laptop that's redefining what's possible in a thin and light package. Let's be real. Most gaming laptops either scream performance, but demand a gym membership to carry, or they're svelte but leave you begging for frame rates. The Cyborg 17 sits in that frustrating middle ground, promising flagship specs without the bulk. But does it actually deliver? Or is it just another overhyped compromise? I spent weeks putting this machine through the ringer, from 4K video editing to 1440p gaming, AI workloads to everyday productivity, to find out if MSI nailed the balance. Right out of the box, the Cyborg 17 makes a statement. That translucent black chassis isn't just stylish, it's a statement of intent. At just 0.83 inches thin and 5 pounds, it's shockingly portable for a 17.3-inch gaming laptop. MSI didn't cut corners on build quality either. The magnesium alloy frame feels rigid. The hinge is smooth, and the keyboard deck has just enough flex to be reassuring without feeling cheap. The RGB keyboard is a nice touch too, with per-key customization via MSI Center, though you'll need to tweak the software to dial in the lighting to your liking. Now let's talk about what's under the hood. The Cyborg 17 pairs Intel's Core 7-240H with an NVIDIA GeForce RTX 5060, 16 GB of DDR5 RAM, and a 1TB NVMe SSD. That's a powerhouse combo for gaming, content creation, and even light AI workloads. The RTX 5060 is particularly interesting. It's built on NVIDIA's latest Ada Lovelace architecture, which means you're getting DLSS 3.5 support, frame generation, and serious ray tracing chops. The DDR5 memory is a big upgrade over older systems, offering faster data throughput and better efficiency, while the 1TB SSD ensures you've got plenty of space for games, apps, and media without needing an external drive. But specs on paper don't tell the whole story. Let's talk about real-world performance. In gaming, the Cyborg 17 absolutely shines. I ran at 1440p with DLSS set to quality mode, and it averaged around 90 FPS with ray tracing enabled. That's smooth enough for competitive play and visually stunning for immersive storytelling. Was even more impressive, hitting 144 FPS at 1080p with all settings maxed out. Even demanding titles like ran well above 60 FPS at 1440p with DLSS enabled. For productivity, the Cyborg 17 is a beast. I edited 4K video in Adobe Premiere Pro with multiple layers and effects applied, and the system handled it without breaking a sweat. The 16 GB of DDR5 RAM is more than enough for most workloads, though power users might want to consider upgrading to 32 GB if they're running heavy virtual machines or 3D rendering software. The 1TB SSD is snappy too, with boot times under 10 seconds and near-instant load times in games. Now let's address the elephant in the room, the thermal performance. MSI's cooling system in the Cyborg 17 is solid, but it's not silent. Under heavy loads, the fans ramp up to a noticeable whir, and the chassis gets warm, especially around the keyboard deck. It's not deal-breaking, but it's something to be aware of if you're sensitive to noise or prefer a cooler laptop. Battery life is another area where the Cyborg 17 falls short. With a 99.9 WH battery, you're looking at around 4 to 5 hours of light use, but that drops to under 2 hours when gaming. If you're planning to use this as a desktop replacement, you'll want to keep it plugged in most of the time. Let's talk about connectivity. The Cyborg 17 comes with a solid array of ports, including 2 USB-A 3.2 Gen 2 ports, 1 USB-A 3.2 Gen 1 port, 2 USB-C ports, one with Thunderbolt 4 support, an HDMI 2.1 port, a 3.5mm audio jack, and a microSD card reader. The inclusion of Wi-Fi 6E is a big plus for future-proofing, and the Thunderbolt 4 port is a game-changer if you're using external GPUs or high-speed storage. The only real omission is a full-size SD card slot, which might be a deal-breaker for some photographers. Now, let's weigh the pros and cons. On the plus side, the Cyborg 17 delivers desktop-grade performance in a surprisingly portable package. The display is vibrant and smooth, the build quality is excellent, and the connectivity options are top-notch. The RTX 5060 and Core 7-240H combo is a powerhouse for gaming and productivity, and the DDR5 RAM and NVMe SSD ensure everything runs snappy. On the downside, the thermal performance isn't silent, battery life is mediocre, and the price tag is steep, especially when you factor in potential upgrades. So how does the Cyborg 17 stack up against the competition? Well, if you're looking at other 17-inch gaming laptops, the Asus ROG Strix G17 and the Alienware M17R5 are the closest competitors. The ROG Strix G17 offers similar performance, but with a slightly better cooling system and a more aggressive design. The Alienware M17R5, on the other hand, has a more premium build and better battery life, but it's also more expensive and heavier. The Cyborg 17 holds its own in terms of raw performance and portability, but it's not the absolute best in any one category. So, who is the MSI Cyborg 17 for? If you're a gamer who wants a big screen experience without the bulk, or a content creator who needs a powerful machine that's still portable, this laptop is a fantastic choice. It's not perfect, no gaming laptop is, but it strikes a great balance between performance, portability, and features. If you're willing to overlook the noise and battery life, the Cyborg 17 is a steal for the price. If you're ready to upgrade your gaming setup without sacrificing mobility, the MSI Cyborg 17 is waiting for you. Head over to MSI's website or your favorite retailer and grab one today. Trust me, you're back, and your gaming sessions will thank you.